So let's take a break from the daily deluge of Donald's classified documents crimes, and let's turn our attention to the ongoing legal tantrum being thrown by Senator Lindsey Graham in his desperate bid to keep from having to testify about the Georgia state election crimes of Donald Trump. Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So let's talk about the littlest senator, Lindsey Graham. Littlest in stature. Now I know it's a healthy competition to try to figure out which senator is smallest in stature, but I'm going to stick with Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham is back in the news, still desperately trying to avoid incriminating Donald Trump by having to appear and testify before a Georgia state grand jury being conducted by Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis. Here's the new reporting from CNN. Headline: Prosecutors argue Graham should have to testify before grand jury in Georgia 2020 investigation. And that article begins, the Fulton County District Attorney's Office is pushing back on Senator Lindsey Graham's ongoing efforts to quash a grand jury subpoena, saying his testimony is essential and could reveal more information about efforts by former President Donald Trump and his allies to overturn the 2020 election in Georgia. Graham, a South Carolina Republican, is asking the 11th Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals to put on hold a lower federal court order that Graham must testify to the grand jury, with the questions limited in scope. The litigation over the subpoena has been ongoing for months, with Graham initially moving to quash the motion in July. Prosecutors say that after 3 failed attempts to quash his subpoena, Graham is repeating the same old arguments. They're asking for the matter to be remanded back to a Fulton County Superior Court, which oversees the grand jury investigation. Quote, the senator's position, which would allow him to dictate when and where he will be immune from questioning or liability, renders him precisely the sort of unaccountable super citizen which the United States Supreme Court has taken care to avoid, the Fulton County District Attorney's Office said in the court filing with the 11th Circuit on Friday. And remember, friends, DA Fani Willis wants to question Lindsey Graham about Donald Trump's Georgia state election crimes, but she also wants to question him about phone calls Lindsey, placed to Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, and Brad Raffensperger has already gone on record regarding that call or those calls. And he said to him, it seemed like Lindsey Graham was urging him to toss out lawfully cast ballots. So yeah, DA Willis wants to talk to Lindsey about those calls as well. The article continues, Graham has repeatedly denied accusations of applying any pressure to Georgia officials. Even if he were to lose this appeal, he signaled he would take the case to the Supreme Court. Quote, I'll go as far as I need to take it, close quote, Graham told CNN last month. But friends, can we go back for a minute to the term super citizen? You know, I don't think anybody could ever accuse Lindsey Graham of being a super citizen of any kind. This is a person who has no sense of civic duty or responsibility. This is a person who has been ducking and dodging his civic duty to the Georgia grand jury, to the people of Georgia, and by extension, to the American people. A duty to testify about and against a former criminal president who tried to bring an end to democratic rule in America. A super citizen. And you know what, friends? In the battle between District Attorney Fani Willis and Lindsey Graham, my money's riding on DA Willis, who's actually fulfilling her civic responsibilities, who's actually fighting for the rule of law and for the people of Georgia, trying to hold accountable the Donald Trumps and the Lindsey Grahams of the world. My prediction? She will succeed and he will fail. Because justice matters. And friends, as always, thank you for tuning in to these Daily Justice Matters videos. As you may know, we are an all-volunteer operation here, putting up a legal analysis video every day, 7 days a week, and we could not do it without your help and without your support. So if you would like to more formally support our mission, our efforts, our content, please feel free to come on over to patreon.com. You can sign up to become a patron, and if you do, I will send you some Team Justice and Justice Matters stickers and a personal handwritten note of thanks. And as always, friends, please stay safe, please stay tuned, and I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.